Well, I just saw the new Jumanji. Hello, everyone. I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, your favorite YouTube harpy. And yeah, I just saw the new Jumanji. I'm going to do my best not to give you any spoilers that aren't in the actual trailer for this one because I don't like spoiling. Both. Good, decent movies, right? Ugh, how many times do you go in and you want to see a review of something to know if it's worth seeing or not, and they just say, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and yeah, go see it, because no, I'm gonna do my best not to do that, because yeah, I recommend this one. Yeah, you should go see this one. This movie is kind of where Star Wars should be. It's kind of like a feel-good family movie that's not going to be too violent and gory, but at the same time, it's not going to be so G-rated you think you're in a Pixar movie. Same thing with not being so super computer animated, except for the animals, but it's a Jumanji movie. They're always going to have bad CGI animals, but that's kind of a given. I'm talking about, they actually look like they're there more so than like a Star Wars movie. And I'm going to throw this review up tonight when I'm watching this, because I want to tell you guys to definitely support this movie if you are still of this mindset of, well, gee, do I want to see Star Wars? Do I want to give money to Jumanji? Give the money to Jumanji for sure. This movie deserves it. This movie has a lot of heart. It's got all the same kind of elements as the 80s movies that we liked, right? It's a little Indiana Jones. It's a little Never-Ending Story in some parts. It's a little Princess Bride, because you've got like the older generation and then the younger generation coming together in a new understanding of each other, a lot like Princess Bride. This movie has feels. It's not just a lot of rehash of the first movie, but I definitely would recommend, if you haven't seen the first one, go and see that one first. And I'm talking about, it's not like the first, it's the third in the series or whatever. The one with The Rock and Karen Gillan and Jack Black. That's the one you want to see before going into this one. Anything else you really don't need to, because it's kind of a reboot, kind of a reset. There's a lot of callbacks to the last film in this one without really giving a lot of rehash. But there's a couple of moments where, if you didn't see the last film, you might not get the reference, especially with Karen Gillan's character. This has all the little body swap stuff from all those body swap movies that I loved as in the 80s as a kid too. I was a huge fan of pretty much any of the ones, pretty much all the body swap movies of the 80s, because yeah, they were stupid and corny, but 80s. I'm older than I look. If you're gonna go see any movie and throw money at any movie this year, I would definitely recommend Jumanji, because it's not gonna annoy you. You're not going to go in expecting to get like the end of this great cinematic thing. And here's the other thing. They do kind of leave it open for, they could do another sequel after this, which I'm okay with, right? So if you guys are not super familiar with it, in the trailers they do confirm and spoil a little bit the fact that you've got, the grandpa and the grandpa's friend going into the game this time. Which is really an interesting twist, because you've got different characters being played by different actors, sort of like you had Jack Black as kind of the little Valley girl last time, and now he's not. It's weird. I don't want to spoil this one for you guys. It's got a lot of good moments in it. It's got a lot of those little 80s, like Big, like and any of those sort of kind of whimsical movies. And I'm going to go and say, yeah, in the tradition of like the Jumanji franchise, this is a movie that's not going to disappoint you. It's not going to let you down. It's probably not going to bore you. If you're somebody who doesn't like a lot of CGI like me, you're not really going to be let down too much. I mean, there's going to be parts that stick out like a sore thumb, as you saw in the posters with like the mandrels and stuff. But it's a Jumanji movie. It doesn't feel like they wasted a whole crap ton of money on this one. Like when you see all the money that they're wasting on something like Star Wars. Oh. Now, I'm not looking forward to seeing that one. So if this movie and this review is any indication, I am 100% on board with supporting and giving money to this film, right? If you're going to be going into the theater anyway this weekend, you might as well drop a couple of bucks to Jumanji. I'm just saying, I mean, when I looked at my theater for Star Wars, that whole front row, for like the front 2 rows, were not sold out at all. And there's a couple little side seats here and there, and then of course like the wheelchair accessible seats, those aren't sold out. But don't go and sit in those unless they're like completely empty, and you don't want to get those because you want to really save those for somebody who deserves it. But I could imagine if somebody stumbled in like 10 minutes into Rise of Skywalker or something, that nobody would have bought that seat. It's just an observation, and I'm not saying, absolutely do not condone theater hopping at all. But, Jumanji is definitely worth supporting. Go see that one. And just wait for Rise of Skywalker. They're counting so much on that opening box office. And you know what? They don't need us. They don't need our money. They're going to have their Raylos, and they're going to have all their hardcore fans who are going to go see. All of us YouTubers are going to have to see it. And I can justify buying my ticket to Rise of Skywalker, knowing that I'm giving this one definitely a glowing review after having seen. Oh my god, there's so much. I wanted to cry at the end of this one. Oh, I don't want to spoil it, but like I said, you've got the older characters. Oh, they're going in. This is how you do it. This is how you pay tribute. Even though they're new characters to this film, you feel like, okay, here's these older characters. They're being treated pretty much with respect. They're not just being like, oh, you're just an old dude. You're just a boomer. Not so much. You get a little bit of like the grandpa doesn't know how to play a video game stuff, but that's how grandma doesn't know how to play a video game either here. But that's the thing. You don't feel like you're insulted by it. You feel like, oh, well, this is, if we're taking the whole family on Christmas, we're going to go see this one because this is like the family movie that everybody can kind of get something out of. And that's what I'm really stressing here. And if Rise of Skywalker doesn't have that, I'm going to tell you guys, because I figure if I go see that, I can justify my one ticket to let you guys know if that one's worth your money as well. So definitely, before you go and buy Rise of Skywalker tickets, check on the YouTube channels that you trust. And I hate to remind people this, but I gave Knives Out a fairly positive review, and I feel I feel dirty for it. I really do. And I'm very, very sorry. I'm very sorry for it. I'm really sorry for it.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle.
No, we're not talking about Wrinkle in Time, Brie. We're talking about Jumanji. We're talking about the Jumanji movie. So definitely go and spend your money on that one for sure. Very much worth a ticket purchase for Jumanji. Go and buy tickets for Jumanji. In my love of this film, I really, really enjoyed it. It had a lot of heart. It had a lot of soul. It had representation. It had diversity. It had the best kind. And you have... Oh, I don't want to spoil it. Oh, I don't want to spoil it. But once we get to the very end, the very end, when they add in another, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Go see this movie. It is very fun. I am Mecha Random 42, and drop a ticket purchase on this one. I'll see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!